were invited out to the Phillies.
No, we're not talking about that.
I think we should talk about that.
That first pitch was terrible. I'm getting there, right? I practiced in my backyard, front yard, different environments, all that, right?
All different.
This thing did not drop. They were like, you don't want to put it in the dirt. That's all they said. Don't put it in the dirt or you'll get booed. All right. Didn't put it in the dirt. Still got booed.
Welcome back to the DOOP presented by Subaru. As always, I'm Sage Hurley. Over there we have Mark Evans. And believe it or not, this is our final podcast of the 2024 Major League Soccer regular season. It's been so special getting to know our players and who they are on and off the field. So today we had to bring in a player who's had a very special year themselves.
Yep.
15-year-old budding superstar, Cavan Sullivan. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to end this season off with a bang.
Oh, that's right. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked you to come on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. We were on the road with the first team at team dinner. We'd been out and about for about 5 days at that point. And when I asked you, you agreed, but you were very quick to remind me that when we got back, you'd have school.
Yeah.
You're a busy guy. You have a lot going on. For those who don't know, Cavan plays for two teams, Philadelphia Union 2 and the first team, and he goes to school here in Chester at YSC Academy.
Yep.
What is a day in the life of Cavan Sullivan right now? Can you walk me through what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Take the retainers out. brush my teeth, get ready, and then drive in with Quinn. Obviously get here, eat breakfast, do my little pre-activation, and then we're out to the field. But depending on the day, after training, obviously shower, get changed again. I don't know, like, recently it's been hard to get over to school, just because there's a lot of different things getting in the way. Filming videos, like, haircuts are a priority, but little things. And obviously with YSC, it's an awesome program, so they know how to adapt to the player schedule, so it's pretty awesome. I don't get to school much, but I do get my work in. I have an A in every class thus far, so
all right.
Yeah, straight A student, and I'm doing like sort of hybrid of in person and online on the computer. So
when we are on the road, where do you do your work? When do you get that in?
I don't do my work on the road. I wait till I get back and I'm back in the right mindset. Cause I mean, we're busy. I have a routine when I'm on an away trip, including like naps and set times for when I sleep and hydration and all that. And obviously it's nice to explore the city, whether it's Columbus, Orlando recently, but. Yeah, it's sort of like an escape for me to traveling with the team and with the guys. So I usually don't do homework at all.
So you've had your first couple of first team away trips this year. What has been the best part about being with that group so far?
Damn. I like the city of Columbus because we were there. I was there a few days because, remember, I stayed the night and then had to fly real early in the morning to go to the second team in Chicago. But that city was pretty cool. The ice cream was fire. The
Jenny's, right?
Yeah, Jenny's. Long lines, but it was worth it. And then, the last night we got a Philly cheesesteak from like a cart. It was not a Philly cheesesteak. I don't know what it was. I was scared of food poisoning.
You went to Columbus and got a Philly cheesesteak.
That's right. I mean, I had to try it because it was like the guy on the griddle, right, with the two, I don't know what those are, spatulas or whatever, but it was not, it was like, I don't know if it was pork, ground beef. I didn't ask. I don't know. He didn't speak English, so.
Huh.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get food poisoning because you had a very busy weekend.
Yeah.
You get on a plane after a first team game, and instead of going back with the rest of the team to Philly, you're off to another city with Union 2.
Yeah.
How does that work? And who are you traveling with? How do you make sure all of that is organized and you're where you need to be?
My roommate was Quinn, and obviously the game was at 7:30, so it ended pretty late. But me, Rick, Makanya, I don't think we got to bed until like 12:31. We were up at 5. My alarm was set at 5, and then we were out the door at 5:30. flight like 7:15, something like that. But we flew to Chicago, so it was an hour back in time. So we got there. I would say, I remember pre-match meeting was at 9:45. So I got there at like 8:45 and then took like a 30-minute nap. And that was my sleep for the game day. It was tragic. I don't recommend.
So when you're away with the first team, or even when you're just here in Philly training with them and then playing with Union 2, how do you keep in touch with the rest of the team and what their game plan is, their film, their training? I know you're not training with them during the day, but how do you stay still ingrained in that team culture?
Like from going to first team to second team, you said?
Yeah, just bouncing between the two.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Obviously, recently it would be I trained with the first team all week and then be rostered with the first team, and then the next day we would have a second team game. So I never got to train with the second team, but the coaches have sort of organized something where I get to the game 15, 20 minutes early. I miss pregame fits sometimes. The pictures walking in, and it sucks. But
Oh, no.
I learn about the opponent analysis, and what the team's tactics are for the day. So I mean, I guess it's worth it.
So that's when you're on the road or home or both?
Home.
And those
away.
pregame fit
I've only done that like next morning travel once. But if I'm away, usually I'd miss the second team game.
You are playing most of your minutes right now with the second team.
Yep.
That's a very special group.
It
A
is.
very talented group that's made a lot of big waves in MLS Next Pro this year.
Yep.
A lot of your friends are on that team.
Mm-hmm.
When you're with the first team, a lot of the guys are older. You're the youngest of the bunch, obviously. But you go to the second team.
Still the youngest.
Still the youngest, but
Yeah.
closer to your age range. And those are your guys.
Right.
You guys have a really good chance of making it all the way to the MLS Next Pro Cup. What's special about that group, in your opinion?
I mean, I would say there's sort of an underdog mentality. Even though we were a high seed last year, obviously was pretty tough for the guys. They call it a revenge tour, something like that. But
That's what they're calling it?
Yeah, that's not what we're calling it. But people call it that in this generation, like coming back from a loss or something like that. But yeah, I mean, we're all close. It's a really family-like environment, and we all have a good bond. So contract, no contract, whatever it is, we're all together, and we're fighting for the trophy.
And do you think that's a real possibility for you guys?
Of course. Big game Sunday. I hope everyone get your tickets now. Here's the link. No, I'm just kidding. But
No, that'll be the promo.
I do want the fans to show out, like the Atlanta game. That was pretty awesome to see. St. Louis had like 12,000 or something, so I don't know if we can match that, but something close would be sweet.
I don't know if we'll get 12,000, but it is the highest attended game or the highest bought ticket game so
Really?
far. Yeah.
Oh, let's
So
go, baby.
We're making progress.
I love that.
That's our guy with the tickets over there.
There you
right.
go. There you go.
So you're balancing a ton. First team, Union 2, school. What do you do to unwind and be a 15-year-old Cavan Sullivan?
Not much. Played basketball the other day, 2v2 in the driveway. That was pretty nice to get my mind off things.
You don't go play golf with your brother?
Yeah, I do. I was actually about to say that a little bit, if I'm invited. But I'm getting there. I got new clubs, so new clubs, new me. We're still in like the 105 range, probably.
I mean, that's not bad.
It's not terrible, I guess.
So you're a beginner.
Yeah, but scramble. If we're doing a scramble, I'm at like 82. So with
There you
Quinn,
go.
Okay, so golf, playing basketball, hanging out with family.
Yeah.
You guys go down the shore in the summer. I'm sure it was more difficult than usual to get down there this year.
Yeah, the schedule blows for that.
But you're a big Ocean City guy. You're from the area. You drive down to the shore, after training? How often are you going down there usually?
This year was bad. This year I got down like maybe 6-7 times. Last year before that, I was there for basically a month, maybe a month and a half. But so obviously it's something I gotta get used to, not being there much. Obviously with the winter break here in MLS, I really think we should change that. That'd be awesome.
This is where you're starting the movement.
Yeah, start the movement now. But obviously when I'm there, I cherish my time with my family and friends. So it's always awesome. But definitely rather be down there more than I am right now.
What's your favorite thing to do when you do go down to the shore?
Tan, juggle. More at the beach, not like the nightlife part of it anymore. Honestly, just
Like the boardwalk?
yeah, boardwalk. I mean, I don't really get down there much. It's not very. I need like a hoodie and like glasses if I.
I heard somebody said you got mobbed down there when you went earlier.
Yeah, when
this
I
year.
went there, it ruined all the fun, man.
Got to bring Big Tej with you.
Yeah,
Bring
TJ needs to make the trip down there. But I was walking on the boardwalk and then one person noticed me. I don't think the hair helps. I need a haircut right now, but the bleached hair doesn't help. So one person noticed me. I was like, "Can I have a picture? I want to keep it subtle for you." That's literally what their words. Like, I don't want everyone to come up to you and then like, I don't know what happened. If he lied, I don't think he kept it subtle. He must have told someone else, and then they all start flooding in.
Is this an adult?
No, like a teenager.
Okay.
So the boardwalk in Ocean City is pretty much packed with kids.
Yeah, great.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like
I was
gridlocked.
just wondering if
I used
it's
to
like
work
a-
on there when I was younger
Yeah.
at the surf mall.
they shut down. Surf Mall, it's fire. They shut down the other pier down
Yeah.
at 7th Street. No one goes there anyways, but they shut it down. It was like historic.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
Obviously, moments like that, things don't feel so normal for you, but you get to be with your family when you signed your contract with the Philadelphia Union. That meant you get to stay in your house with your parents, with your brothers, where you grew up, in the city you grew up. How important is it for you to be able to go into your house and have that sense of normal, sense of home, when outside things can get kind of crazy?
Yeah, I mean, staying home is ideal, honestly, rather than the first contract being far away and being homesick. So it really is nice to start my journey here. But definitely entering the outside world, leaving the front door, it's definitely I definitely had to get used to it at the start when I sort of gained a little bit of publicity. It was awesome at first, and then it got pretty difficult really fast because people are weird about it. Like, they'll like walk by me like this, and like I know you're taking a picture of me because they'll just like put
Really?
up just be like, yeah, or like they'll like walk by like rub their face like it's
Oh,
strange.
they're not slick.
Some people are like just come up, ask for a picture. Like it's less awkward that way, honestly.
Is there anyone in your life that's been helping you navigate that? Or you just have to kind of take it
I feel like
day by day?
I've sort of gotten used to it really fast and learned. Quinn helped me early on, not really telling me, but by showing me. He's really good with the kids in and around the stadium and in public when he gets recognized. So just seeing from him has helped me learn how to navigate that.
Speaking of family, obviously it's not just your immediate family. You've got a huge kind of extended
Yeah.
family in Philly.
Yeah.
The Ryans are big fans, obviously.
Yep.
Does that help or hurt? Like, you've got a big support system, but now you've got all these people that are coming into the suite every game, and it's packed.
I love that box, honestly. I love being in there if I'm not rostered or I can't make the game, because it just shows how much my family loves the sport, and
Yep.
being in a box is definitely better than walking around the stadium. It's easier, but no, my family's awesome, and I think maybe like 200 of my family members are coming to the last game.
Really?
I heard
Saturday.
that.
Yeah,
I heard there's going to be
I'm
a
sure
lot
that
of
box is about to be massive.
because all the Albrights and all that whole
Everyone's
crew.
it's Cincy, so we have family on both sides. It's
Right.
a big
Who
game.
all's in the box normally?
So, Uncle Danny Ryan, his family, and then Mike Tester, his family, and it's like they pick someone off on the sidewalk and bring them in the box. Like they're really generous about sharing the space. So, I don't know half the people, but by the end of the game, it's like we're one big family, even if I'm not related to them.
Is it hard to wrap your head around that your family is becoming one of the most talked about, most looked up to soccer families in the entire country right now?
Yeah, I feel like it was always my dad's dream to have his sons play together. What would be even better is if all 4 of us played on the same team. I dream of that. That would be awesome. But it is pretty special to have the youth look up to me, and even, I don't know, adults. Even though I'm younger, I guess it's like still looking up. But no, I didn't expect it to be this early, and it is truly an honor.
So I have a follow-up to that as well, because I had a little buddy that I'm friends with his mom, but Keelan Miller, he's 7 years old, and he was like, Cavan, what age did you think I'm going to be a professional soccer player? Right, you're only 15, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But he's only 7. He's like, I want to be a professional soccer player.
It's so, like, I don't remember the exact day or exact moment that it happened, but I would say somewhere around the time when, like, I was making sort of a wave at, like, those tournaments, and I started getting interest from, like, other clubs, and just hearing my name we talked about in a way I'd never heard it, like the next this, the next that, which obviously doesn't mean much, but I sort of saw how I was competing against some top players, and I was like, all right, if they're top and I'm handling this well, I'm doing it however many years up, I mean, obviously it's possible. Yeah. Anything's possible, however. So, yeah, I mean, around 11, 12 age range.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
So you've heard your name being talked about for quite a while now, and it becomes more and more, and like you said, there are definitely challenges that come with that. There's also a lot of really amazing things that come with that as well. For you, what's been the biggest pinch me moment of this past year?
Pinch me's like you're dreaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the field or off the field?
Let's do on the field first.
On the field. I don't want to say the debut, but the debut, that was, like, I still dream of that night. Sometimes, like, it was pretty crazy to me to wrap my head around. And off the field, probably doing that Canes video shoot. That was definitely pretty cool. Interesting as well, but it was really cool.
So when you're filming things that aren't soccer related, what is that like for you? Because usually all attention's on your soccer skills and what you do on the pitch and how your level is kind of way higher than the normal for your age. But then you go into a video shoot where you're talking about chicken and doing an advertisement. A big giant company wants you to be the face of what they're doing. Is that a different sort of attention?
I guess it's the same attention and the same, like, viewers and spectators and, like, people following the thing, but it definitely is a new experience. Getting your makeup done and the lighting and all these different takes and do this, do that, like, learning. I'm basically like learning photography at this point, just by watching. So it definitely is new, but I'm getting used to it as we go along. We
were just watching the Aeropostale commercial before this.
Which one?
The one where you knock over
when
the
lamp.
Is
that when I start down, like, with, like, the flashes?
Yeah, I think so. The one that you put on, that you collabed on your Instagram?
I think it's that one.
When the light fell over, was that part of it, or did you kick it over?
That was part of it. Come on, man.
There was a debate.
You think I lost the ball?
That's a fair point. Good point.
Was that fun? Are those shoots fun for you?
Yeah, they're pretty fun. Obviously, video takes longer than photos, so it's a few hours sometimes, but it's all worth it because the content comes out really cool.
The Raising Cane's, do people come up to you and say, wow, this was really banging, bussin' delicious all the time?
Are those my words? Banging, boss. Oh, yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one says that. I don't even say that.
It's just Sage. Sage says it all the time.
Really?
It was so funny.
That's, wow. Okay. All right.
Banging,
you remember that.
Banging, bussin' delicious.
It is. That sauce is fire.
So, you've had a couple collabs so far. Do you have a dream collab that you would love to have one day? Like, your wildest dream? You
I sort of got it. The Messi plus 10 program is this new thing, and it came out the other day, and seeing my name on the list was honestly mind-blowing.
So what exactly is Messi plus 10?
So from what I know, it's Adidas and Messi selected 10. Everyone's pretty young across the world to wear his cleats and Messi gear for, I think it's a year, 10-10, so October 10th to October 10th, 2025. It's just going to be, I'm going to be dripped out in Messi gear, and so are those other folks. But it's gonna be lit. A few photo shoots. Those dope cleats. So yeah.
When did you find out you were gonna be a part of that?
The day of. The day the video was released. Yeah, that was wild.
How'd you find out?
The Adidas rep told me, we'd like you to be a part of this, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm in.
And did you realize there was gonna be a video of Messi saying your name alongside a lot of really big talents?
I didn't know it would be his actual voice. Messi said my name. That's pretty cool.
And you said time and time again in countless interviews that Messi is one of your idols. To be handpicked by someone you've looked up to your entire life, what does that mean to you?
I didn't even think about that. That's truly, I mean, I sound repetitive, but it is an honor. I'm pretty proud of myself, and obviously I gotta live up to it. It's pretty special to be selected, and now I gotta prove that I deserve to be handpicked from the GOAT himself.
And in that caption of the video, they said, chosen not by chance, but by greatness. Obviously referencing Messi as the greatness. But you're not in this position by chance. It's a lot to do with your mindset, and you've said that a lot of times as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that mindset come from?
My DNA, I guess. The Sullivan family. Seems like most of us have it. My brothers, my parents, grandparents, everyone. I guess you could call it the Sullivan mentality. But yeah, we're always fearless. We all have a work ethic that's pretty impressive, and yeah, that's all I got.
So when you get these shoes, when do you plan to debut them?
Immediately. I want to wear those things immediately. Hopefully I have them before both games this weekend. So yeah.
Have you had a chance to meet or connect with any of the other people?
Nope, not yet. Because most of them are, every single person is in a different league besides Messi himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe if we play Miami, that would be the first Messi plus 10 meeting, like a greeting of two members. So yeah, I'd be the first.
Is there anyone on that list that you'd really want to meet other than Messi himself?
I mean, Jamal, that'd be pretty sick.
I figured you might say that.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Claudio Echeverri, he's also joining Man City. When he's 18, he's Argentine. I saw him play at the U17 World Cup, and he scored 3 goals in one game. So he's a baller too.
So about the actual shoes themselves.
The white and purple ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
Yeah, I mean, they're sexy.
Right?
Yeah. Simple as that.
Simple
Heard it
as
here
that.
first, baby.
So obviously, Messi name drops you, adds you to this really special group of players, but it's not the only cool person that you've really interacted with this year. The last 3 months have been filled with that for you. You're a Philly kid, and you're invited out to the Phillies.
No, we're not talking about that.
I think we should talk about that.
That first pitch was terrible. They tell me
There's been worse.
What?
There's been worse.
Who was it? Like 50 Cent or Ice Cube?
Yeah, it's been real bad.
Right off this. Okay, but dude, it's soared. I'm getting there, right? I practice in my backyard, front yard, different environments, all that, right?
All different.
I get there. They say you're on a mound, aim high. So I aim high. Release point higher, whatever it is. I don't know what you want to call it. This thing did not drop. They were like, you don't want to put it in the dirt. That's all they said. Don't put it in the dirt or you'll get booed. All right. Didn't put it in the dirt. Still got booed.
So you sort it. Yeah, you just sent it high.
God, and it's the fanatic, dude. He had the biggest glove.
Still missed it. Well, that's why you're playing soccer and not playing baseball.
Hopefully, Phillies, if you see this, give me a redemption game next year, please.
It's okay. You got booed, but you're a player.
Nah, I didn't get booed. I got like
I was going to say, you're a sports player in Philly. It's bound to happen at some point in your career, right?
Yeah.
You know our fans.
Mm-hmm.
They're brutal.
They are. It's awesome.
But only when you deserve it.
Right.
You probably deserved it that time.
I did.
So on that same day, playing the Yankees, the Phillies were, and Aaron Judge even came up to you. He's not from Philadelphia. He doesn't know about the other teams so much as Bryce Harper does. He wasn't prepped on it, but he came over from where they were, from batting practice, sought you out to introduce himself, to say hello. Was that kind of crazy?
That man was massive.
He's a big dude.
He was like 6'7", 6'8". I don't know. But his arms were bigger than my whole torso. And he came up to me. I was like, "What's up, man?" But nah, he basically came over from batting practice and was like, "Keep doing what you're doing, man." Whatever, all that stuff. And I was like, "Thank you, man. You too. They're really fun to watch." And I was like, "Hit a homer for me tonight." That's what I said.
And?
He didn't. But I had to mention, I was like, obviously I'm a Phillies fan, but come on, you got to get a homer tonight.
Wow.
Kim was like, she was like, before the game, she was like, I forget what she said. She was like, "Get a picture with Aaron Judge for me." And she was like, obviously it was a joke. I was like, "Oh, you're a Yankees fan?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm from Long Island." Or I don't know where she's from.
Yeah, Kim is our social media manager, and she came to work in a Yankees jersey last week.
Yeah, she did. That was brutal. Oh. But she goes, "Yeah, like, get a picture of Aaron Judge for me." And I was like, "Why would I get a picture of Aaron Judge? He's on the Yankees." Then he comes over to me. Like, obviously, like, we didn't set anything up with the Yankees. Then he comes over to me from batting practice. Comes up, Kim took the picture, and, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
So that was obviously a surprise that he would come over to you.
Yeah.
Has there been anyone else that's maybe interacted with you, slid into your DMs, like tried to connect with you in the pop culture world that you really didn't expect? Like, who's been the coolest person to reach out since you've had this newfound attention?
I got to meet Ronaldinho. That was pretty lit.
What was that interaction like?
So we were in like the back room with like the main stars, and I went up to him, me and my brothers, and hold on, I have a picture of it. It was basically like, I basically said like, "Hey, do you know like Cleberson? My old he used to coach me," and he was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Look.
Oh, that's a crisp handshake.
Yeah, but I mean, it was taken on like an iPhone SE. I don't know who was taking that.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah,
he's one of the greatest players
sick
of all time.
Yeah.
Right.
That might have been the most, him or Messi were probably the coolest people I ever met.
So when you get to bring your brothers to events like that, how is it to share the experience of those really high-profile nights with a lot of cool people, cool setting, being with them?
Yeah, that was pretty special because it was just like a brother's night, no parents. We got to ride up. Got to explore New York City a little bit. Like Times Square area, and then go to the event. They had fun. They had a blast. They got the disc for free, so they liked that. They played a lot of FIFA because there were like consoles, TVs everywhere. Like when I tell you 50 setups, it was 50.
It seems like they put on a really good event.
It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, the setup was pretty cool. The lighting. I get lost up on the big stage.
Yeah?
With Quinn. Quinn sucks, dude. He tried to blame that on me. He stunk. Oh, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
We lost to, I don't know the guy's name. Ricky Puig on LA Galaxy. And the other guy, his name's like Mike. Mike, if you're saying this, I'm sorry. I think your name's Mike. Not you, Mike. The other Mike. Wait. Sorry, I'm going on my phone again. It's right here. Nope, Jake. His name was Jake.
From State Farm.
So close.
Jake Barford. But we lost. Quinn's fault.
All right, we'll put it on record that was
Thank
Quinn's
you.
fault.
Yeah, let's snippet that.
What did Declan and Ronan think about the night?
Obviously, they got there and they're like, wow, this is pretty lit. And then Quinn and I, we did our interviews, and then they're like, I'm not watching this. So they went and played the game. And then they made fun of us after losing. I don't know. They had fun. They had a blast. So thank you to EAFC for having us.
So when you go to those events, a lot of people ask you questions. You do a lot of TikTok, real style videos. Is there a question that you wish people would ask you more?
No, but there's something I wish they stop asking me. It's about my debut. The damn debut, man. It's so repetitive. Like, I've said so much about this, and it's like, it's old news at this point. Even to me, it's like, man, that was back in July. Like, I really don't matter anymore. I don't matter, but the debut doesn't matter. Like,
Well, you realize it was a pretty big deal.
you
were a 14.
Yeah, it was a big deal, but it's like, what did I do? I played 9 minutes. Didn't score, didn't assist.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's more to come.
Yeah, but you got people talking about it outside of the soccer world as well.
Yeah, that's true. It hit.
Like Pat McAfee, they talks about it a lot. Talks about you all the time.
Yeah. That guy's a goat.
Yeah. Agreed.
But-
Wow, Pat McAfee really threw me off there, Mark.
Listen, any chance I can get to try and get
Name drop.
Cavan on Pat McAfee again.
So we were just talking about your family at the EAFC event. We talk about your family a lot. We've had Quinn on the podcast. He's talked about your family. But for those who might be listening for the first time, because you bring a new audience of people,
We do.
what was it like growing up in a household of 4 soccer-playing boys?
Awesome.
Awesome?
Yeah. It was, like, honestly a dream childhood. I couldn't imagine being, like, an only child. Like, who would pass in the balls for you to shoot? Like a rebounder? Nah, it's better. It's better. Everything's better. I mean, we have 2v2s, 1v1s. We always have, right, even teams. Like, there's no need for a neutral. So it was pretty special to make my debut. Sorry, I mentioned it.
Yeah, you
with
mentioned
Quinn.
it again.
But yeah, I couldn't imagine it any other way.
And obviously your childhood is still in progress.
Yeah,
But-
work in progress.
What's your favorite thing to do with your brothers in the backyard? Obviously 2v2s. How often are you doing that?
I mean, honestly, since the schedules don't really line up evenly, if we have like an off week during the summer, like we don't have a game, and we can push ourselves in training a little bit more than we do with the team, we'll hop into a game. But otherwise, my brother tore his ACL this year, so we couldn't. But yeah, get better, bro. I mean, let's go. No, but yeah, I mean, we like to chip golf balls, I guess. Not the real ones, like the
Oh,
plastic ones. Yeah, they don't fly as much.
Yeah.
Little games. We make up games as we go along.
So Quinn's talked about how much your dad impacts your career in terms of just coaching you at home, helping you guys along. From your perspective, what is it like to have a dad who's so knowledgeable and ingrained in your development and your career?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the best coach I've ever had. He stopped formally coaching me when I was about 8 or 9 maybe, and then he picked up a business of training kids individually. So he's doing well with that, and you can see progress throughout these kids' game almost immediately when they start training with him. So he really is a special coach. He knows a lot about the game. Yeah, he's watched soccer his whole life. He knows a good player when he sees one, but he also knows a bad one. But yeah, obviously he's pretty critical of his 4 boys. His standard stays the same for all 4 of us. So also my mom. I mean, my mom, she knows a lot about the game. She played D1 at Penn. So it is nice having feedback from both parents and both sides. And even, I mean, the relationship I have with my brothers is like, it's not like I'm out to get you when I try and give you information. I mean, even Quinn asks for my help sometimes, from what I see or what he could do better, stuff like that. So it is really nice having a family that could share what we see about each other.
And it all kind of plays back into that Sullivan family mentality that you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
A lot of that is on the field. You guys are sometimes the last people out there practicing something in particular, very focused on your career. You guys know what steps you need to take to get to the next level, both of you. But you also have a very fun side of that Sullivan mentality. You see it with Quinn, you see it with you. You're very outgoing, always smiling, dressing well. The fit well. Checks, yep. The hair. We were talking about it earlier with slang terms, but people would say you have aura. It's a very popular word right now.
Yeah, it is.
People would say that about you guys.
Yeah.
How do you balance the focus that requires your career? Your career really is demanding, and to get to that next level, you need to be focused. But also the fun parts about who you are.
Yeah, but I mean, balance it really comes naturally. You sort of know when to tune in and like become more serious. But so many soccer players are boring. It's just a boring sport. It's not filled with many people with like character. So Quinn and I and my brothers, we try and be different and bring a sort of excitement to the way we play, but also how we interact with the fans and what we say during interviews. And yeah, obviously you have to find the right. You can't just be all jokes, but it sort of comes naturally with us. We know how to maintain it.
So back to the fit checks. You really lit up when I talked about that. How do you plan a game day fit, Cavan? Give me a glimpse into the closet.
Okay.
On a match day.
So usually, I'm formal, obviously, but not like suit and tie. So I usually go with pants with open hem. Are these called hems?
Yeah.
Cuff? Hem, cuff. So it can sit on my shoe nice and proportionally.
And the shoes are really important too.
Of course. Adidas is where it's at, you know?
Cavan is a Samba's sympathizer.
Samba, Campus, Gazelle, Superstars, all of it. I mean,
all of them.
But usually I do go for the open hem, or I'll go with the jorts. I do jorts sometimes. And then always have to have accessories, ring, watch, necklace is usually what I go for. And then the shirt, it changes. Sometimes I layer, sometimes I just do a tee. But I think of my outfit the day of. Like I shower pretty early, so it gives me time. And then usually every game day, I would have like a new thing that I want to like not show off, but like incorporate in the outfit, and then I just build it around that, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever knock on brother's door and say?
For the plain white tee, the Uniqlo ones.
Oh yeah, I heard those are the best white tees around.
Fire. Yeah, they're good, and they're like, if you go to the store, like you could just drop it in the bin, like drop it, and I mean drop it in the bin, and it'll know what's in the bin, and it'll ring you up. Like I swear to God, like I could go like this. Say this is the bin, right? I go like this, and then it rings it up.
Like when you go to the grocery stores that you don't have to check out, you just bring the cart right outside.
Yeah, like the Amazon store. Yeah. Those. It's pretty lit.
Do you ever ask your brothers for advice on if the outfit looks good or not?
Yeah. And we're always honest. We never lie to each other. Because if you lie, then you're a scumbag. Then you're making the other guy look bad. Right? I mean, come on.
Who needs the most style help of the crew?
Roden Sullivan, I know you're seeing this right now. Man, you need some help.
I have a hot take.
Okay.
Union 2 has better style than the first team.
100%.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, some of the fits we have are shocking.
Like who?
No, I'm not.
No, we're in a safe space.
No, we're not. We're on camera.
Nobody will be watching.
All right, then who has the best then on
best
Union 2?
On Union 2?
Yeah. Who is making this
All right.
team?
I'm up there. I don't know. Maybe one, maybe not. Eddie Davis has he's got a nice closet.
I feel like sometimes you guys are all matching. You guys kind of catch the same
A
vibe.
lot of people do the jorts.
A lot of jorts.
Neil and Eddie do jorts a lot. Neil's fits are nice sometimes.
What about the first team then? There's got to be somebody.
Yeah, who's your dream closet swap on both teams? How about that?
Closet swap, I would swap with Eddie Davis. Although he has a lot of Nikes, so I would have to bring over some of my Adidas. On the first team, Choo has some nice outfits, but then he also has some wild ones.
All right. So we've hit the close. You have an eclectic music taste, too. I saw in an interview that you said you listened to Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield before games right now. Is that still the case?
That's still the case.
Where did that come from? What's your music taste? How would you describe it? I feel like it's a little bit all over the place.
It's all over the place. It's awesome. I love it. I love my own music taste. So I stick to rap for game days. Chill, really, really like calm music on the regular. I listen to country with my brothers a little bit, usually down the shore though. It's only a like summer thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Agree.
like the whole like barefoot, like that's like a whole culture for like Wildwood, New Jersey. But I definitely like rides down the shore. Yeah.
You like going on the rides?
No, the ride blows, but that's
drives down the shore.
Drives.
I thought you were saying I like going on rides down the shore. We're taking a left turn here.
No.
Back to the boardwalk.
The drives down the shore is when I would listen to country music with them. And then rap really only on game day when I enter the locker room. Like still even prior to in the car, I'll listen to like sadder music. I'll be like, dude, what are you listening to? Like, it's game day. And so I have to change the song for them. But, yeah, I mean, some people don't like it. That's why I stay off aux. I don't really go on aux because then
you're not allowed on aux.
I get complaints. So, yeah, I usually stick to the headphones.
So we hit the style, we hit the music, and these are all the things that you and your brother are doing to stray from the normal of soccer players, like you said. The blonde. We got to talk about the blonde. Mark usually handles the questions, but we got quite a few about the blonde. They really warrant their own section.
Oh, all right. You guys don't like the blonde, I see.
No, they're just questions.
Oh, okay.
It's actually pretty good.
All right, we'll hear
'em. One of your good friends submitted a question at Frankie Westfield. Wants to know, why did you copy my haircut?
Yeah, all right, dude. I did that for you in preseason, and everyone knows that. They started off by door dashing L'Oreal hair bleach. This thing took like 3 hours to activate. And it was like orange. His hair was orange. Frank, that was bad. You know that. We both know that. And then I helped him out on one of the last days. I gave him my toner and we left it in for like extra long. So probably like 30 minutes of toner, which is forever. I keep mine on for like 7 because me and my mom already get it to basically white, and then the toner just gets it to like silver. But yeah, me and Frank, we had to leave that in for a while, and it was blonde. And then when he got home, he wanted to keep doing it and maintain it, so I give him my 3 products. Should I give him my products, or should I gatekeep them?
That's up to you. You can make a TikTok about it. You've been all over that lately.
We did products with Rafa.
I'm gonna gatekeep now.
See, Rafa came in here and he gave the list of everything he uses.
For his curls?
His curl routine.
Yeah. They're dead now, Rafa. They're dead.
You know why? The blonde.
The bleach. That's what I'm saying, dude. This kills you.
So does your mom do it for you then?
Yeah, mom does it. I could do it now, but she just, I mean, she does it, but if I were to do it, I would probably miss like little spots, so it's just easier.
So Kimmich2733 wants to know, what do you ask for when you get a haircut?
Y'all like my cuts. All right. I get shout out Hair Jordan. He gives me a mid drop fade, and then keeps my line up crispy. I ask because I have a mini calic right here. Can the camera see it? You see it? So, I get a line up, but I don't like push it back. I try and keep it natural as possible here, and I don't get enhancements. Enhancements like the spray. Stay away from the spray. So yeah, and then mid drop fade, and then depending on the day. Like right now, I'm gonna get a haircut tomorrow or the next day, and I'll tell them to like stay with the bleach to keep it as much as possible, rather than just follow the line basically.
Okay.
But you need a skin fade. Skin fade is where it's at. I like that question.
At Alyssa Almanzar wants to know what inspired the blonde.
No one. I was bored, so August 2022. He's like, I got my first like buzz as like an older child. Cause obviously I was bald when I was like 1, 2, 3, all the way up to like 5. My mom was just like, but at like in August 22, I did it, and then I had the buzz for like 6 months. But we were going to MLS Next Fest in, is that where it is? Like California, that's Fest. Yeah, so I was going there, and I was like, Mom, like I want to do something different. Can I bleach it? Because obviously you hear of what bleaching is. And at first she was like, no, why would you bleach it? And then I finally convinced them, and I did it. I did the bleach, and it looked good. It looked solid. And then I kept it, right? I kept it a little bit, and then we went to like GA Cup. That's when we had our GA Cup run where we were finalists. We didn't win, but we were finalists. And I sort of got more buzz, and it started becoming like kids were like doing it and tagging me in it. So I was like, all right, it's become my thing. And then my mom and dad go, oh, that was a great idea that you did that. But I was like, you guys hated on it from the start. Like, but yeah, it was smart of me to do it. It sort of become my brand, and yeah, nothing really inspired me. But the Brazil national team, I remember a lot of them had it. So I guess just seeing it around the game and on the street, stuff like that, you're like, oh, that looks good, and you know what to stay away from. Yeah.
I can't credit you for the blonde movement because it's been a part of sports for a really long time, but I will credit you with being part of the resurgence. Sometimes we're on the road, and the kids that are trying to flag you down for your signature, more often than not, are blonde.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, bro, I got tagged at something the other day, like Cavan Sullivan didn't get a picture with me, and it was like they cut it off. I was like, damn, that's funny as hell. it was like it had like streaks of blonde in it, but you could tell it was cut, and I was like, that's so funny. Well, I can't get to everyone. I can't get to everyone's haircut.
So
I mean, everyone's picture. So like that was a funny. Whoever that was pretty awesome.
You do spend a lot of time with fans after the games, though.
I know.
You
like,
and Quinn.
I get like texts like, oh, you missed this, you missed that, you missed this person. Like I can't get to everyone. I mean, I got to shower and get changed, especially if I got a Unit 2 game the next day. But I try and get to as many people as possible. I think that's why some of the fans are really grateful of Quinn and I, because, you know, we're always willing to do something for, like, their little son or daughter. Bro, one time I had to hold a baby.
Is that the first time you ever held a baby?
I never held a baby. And I held it, right?
And somebody trusted you with their baby to hold their baby.
Yeah. So I held it, and his neck went like this. I was like, my mom loves babies. She was like, what are you doing? Like, hold his head, support his head. And I was like, bro, I don't like babies. I don't like babies at all. Never again.
Oh, my gosh. At least they didn't make you sign it.
No, I just had a picture. Weirdest thing I signed was a cat at the Unit 2 game.
Oh, right. The Unit 2 cat.
Bridge Brigade.
Okay, last question about the blonde. It's from me.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have one player in the organization dye their hair blonde, who would you want to do it?
To do it for me?
No, to do their hair blonde too.
Oh.
Like Bedoya's had a handful of different haircuts, hairstyles. He could go
I saw
blonde.
a picture of him with hair down to here
yeah.
recently.
Really?
Yeah.
You know that trend where it's like, can you sign this photo? And it's a really old picture.
Old pic.
Oh, we did a deep dive on
Ali?
Everybody.
Do you have one of me?
Well,
Oh,
you would just be a baby.
I had it right here.
Oh,
With
and the EAFC thing.
It's the EA thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys drop that video?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Got a lot of views.
Yeah. That's the EAFC effect. Anyways. I'm trying to think. Ernst. I want Ernst to do it.
That would be
bleach his hair.
That would be good.
That'd be sweet. Ernest, if you're seeing this, let's get it done.
Wow. I think we need to like have a stipulation. Like if you do this, Ernst will get a blonde. We'll see if you can agree to something.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay. After this quick break, we'll get to the questions, and we got more questions than ever before. I think there was about 400. We won't do 400, but that's how many people had
but I
questions
love hearing
for you.
from the people. So there's more coming up?
There's more coming up right after this break.
Nice.
Subaru has teamed up with the Philadelphia Union and Greater Philadelphia area Subaru retailers to make a difference in our community and at Subaru Park. Together, we've helped hundreds of pets get adopted at the stadium. At Subaru Park, we've grown and donated thousands of servings of fresh organic produce to area food banks and helped give kids in our community access to the game they love. Together, Subaru and the Philadelphia Union are making a difference. Subaru, more than a car company.
Hope you enjoyed that Subaru ad, folks.
And that being said, we're back and we have questions. Mark, you want to kick us off here?
Yeah, let's go. There are a lot, but we'll try and keep them down so you can get back to school, get back to your homework.
Yeah.
All right, so Khaled36 Sanko wants to know, what do you drink and eat before training and games?
Eat whatever's here. So pancakes, waffles, bacon, whatever it is. Maybe an omelet some days, and then just drink water. Not really like always super hydrated before training, honestly, but I try my best because the waters here are really cold, so you can't get them down as fast as like room temp. But yeah, just water and whatever food.
What about eating before games? Like, what's your game day
routine? Just pasta with as a source of protein, so either chicken, sausage, whatever, shrimp.
_ Matt Shields wants to know, what's the best water ice flavor? This is the food category, by the way.
Okay, yeah, food. Water ice. Let me think. By the way, whoever calls it Italian ice is weird.
Facts.
Orange cream's pretty good. Cotton candy. Root beer.
I like root beer.
What do they call it when you have ice cream on the bottom and water ice on top?
Gelati.
Gelati or gelato?
Gelati.
Yeah, so orange cream with vanilla ice cream on top. That's where it's at.
So Seth Roseman wants to know, and we kind of got into this a little earlier.
You said Rogan.
That would be wild.
Seth Rogen wants to know.
No, Seth Roseman wants to know, what do you get on your cheesesteak when you're not in Columbus getting it from a food truck?
Right. All right. I'm an American guy only.
Just American cheese.
Yeah, but that cheese better be so melted. It's like liquid.
Yeah. Maybe even double cheese.
Yeah, of course. Then onions, it depends on the place.
Where's your favorite?
So I would get onions at Steve's, and then no onions at Angelo's. Angelo's is gas.
Angelo's is good.
I want to try John's roast pork. That's next.
Also
up.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, I love roast pork sandwiches. It's lunchtime right now while we're filming this, and that sounds really good. Okay, music category. Just one question.
Music.
What's your favorite song at the moment? This person's from the UK. If that makes any difference to you.
Central C. No, I'm saying like probably On One Tonight by Ghana. I don't know if you know it, but it's pretty good. Pre-game. And then I'm doing two, sorry.
Go for it.
Off the field, I mean like out of the locker room.
You said you wanted to do two, like you had one lined up, and now you don't have one.
Yeah, but let me think. Because I have a lot. I've been listening to like older music recently, so like.
Yeah?
I can't wait to hear what's considered older music.
No, Don't Stop Believing's fire. I like that song.
Okay, that is older music.
Yeah, that's a little bit older.
That's pretty old,
sure.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Your Love's a good song by The Outfield.
All right. Add it to the playlist.
Do it.
All right, we're going to jump into some more soccer-related questions again. USMNT Prospects wants to know, what specifically in your game are you working on the most right now?
Defense is pretty big right now, and then like finishing, not as much with the left foot, but with the right foot.
All right. At USMNT, Zach wants to know, who is your favorite USA player?
All time or right now?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, Musa and Pulisic right now, and then all time, I like Dempsey a lot.
Follow-up question to that. It's not submitted online, but we were just talking about it. I started working here in June of 2009 for the club, prior to you being born, which is bizarre in itself. But so now you've been a fan of the Union then your whole life. Who's your favorite Union player of all time?
Sapong was, when I was really watching the Union, he was scoring a lot, so obviously he's in my memory. So, yeah.
CJ, good player.
Dylan Gagney wants to know, what's the best part of your game right now, and how do you train that specifically?
I mean, I've always been sort of like a playmaker and like driving at the opponent, but I think my 1v1 and like, yeah, sort of just like being direct at the other team and on the dribble. I think what I did to work on it took many years. With my brothers, just literally just practicing 1v1s and then 2v1s, because like I'm the one in the 2v1, which is harder, right? Because then you have to learn side to side and the split if he's here and the other defender's here, taking a touch here, so they bait, and then you go through them, like stuff like that, evading the opponent. But definitely having brothers was really helpful. So just a lot of reps for sure.
So speaking of being with your brothers, I know you and Quinn sometimes plan celebrations together. When he scored that goal, when you were about to go in, you did this. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So it was Quinn and I had a lot of handshakes from the ages 7 to 11. We did a new one every week. Like, let's make a handshake, and then we forget them. But one of them, I was like, dude, can we just keep it simple? So I would fist bump his high five, and then he would fist bump my high five. Right? Did I say that wrong? He would fist bump my high five, then I would fist bump his. Right. So it was like simple and easy. And it was just like that. So now we do it like that, and it's like a celebration.
Do you have a celebration planned for when you do score your first Major League Soccer goal?
Depends on home or away, but I don't really like planning them as much because I've said this a lot. Whenever I plan, I don't score. So I try not to plan it. I don't know if it's like the jinx or like whatever it is, but yeah. I mean, it's sort of natural. I have something in the back of my mind always, whether it's knee slide or trust the crowd, whatever it is, comes once you score it.
But you did have quite a few planned this year with Union too, with those guys.
Well, those are usually just like handshakes, and then that turns into like a cool picture, which looks like a real celebration.
Because they look very practiced.
Yeah, the handshakes are practiced.
Okay.
With my teammates, yeah.
All right, so it's more about the handshakes and the celebration.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this is a bit of a two-part question. So Kelly Bozung wants to know, what is your favorite team to play as in the AFC? With a follow-up kind of from Ryan M. Kick of what was your favorite Premier League team to watch growing up?
I like to play as Man City in the game. It's sort of overpowered. Them or Real Madrid. Real Madrid right now. I grew up liking Arsenal the most. I don't think I've ever said that publicly, but yeah, Arsenal was my team.
Like when you were a kid, a couple years ago?
Yeah, just like a few months ago when I was a kid. But now, I don't really have a favorite team all that much. Sort of creates controversy, so I stay out of that.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you get time to watch a lot of Premier League games?
Some, like, what is it? A 7:30 game. I think they have maybe a 12:30 game. I don't really know the Premier League morning schedule, but it's always on in the background. But I wake up really late, right at 11, so I missed the early game, and then Quinn wakes up after me even later, closer to 12. So it's like maybe I get to watch something, and then we go to breakfast. Not at home, like we don't make it. So it's like unless it's on our phone, like leaning up against the salt shaker.
This kind of goes back to something we touched on earlier, but we kind of talked about off the pitch. On the pitch, does playing pro so young ever bring on a lot of pressure or stress, and do you regret any of it?
Regret any of what?
Just
signing?
Just like taking such a big step at such a young age.
No, I don't regret anything thus far. Obviously there's pressure and there's noise, but you don't gotta listen to it. I mean, if you really trust in your own abilities, pressure doesn't really exist.
Speaking of family, we talked about it a little bit before. At Surf the Trend wants to know, can you beat Quinn in a wrestling match?
No. He's out of my weight class. Big boy's like 170 or something. I don't even know where he's up to, but I'm only like 148, 149 area. So I mean, I'm not like weak, but when it comes to wrestling, that's a different story.
Yeah, sure is.
At Just for Cruella wants to know, what do you think about Quinn showing off his thighs as much as he does?
Look, he's put a lot of work into those, so I guess, I mean, his shorts are always up, like up to here. So I don't know if Quadzilla is a valid nickname, but I guess he earned it.
We called him Quadzilla on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then a couple days later,
someone said Nate was Quadzilla. You hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they're like, Nate's the new Quadzilla. Anyways,
That's
keep
crazy.
going.
Well, I saw on a game day, a little kid was running around with a Quadzilla jersey on.
Yeah,
That's
I saw that.
wild.
That is crazy. They got that customized too, which is even wilder.
Shout out to that kid if they were watching this.
That's pretty sweet,
where they
man.
got it from.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was the funniest thing I saw that day.
All right. Shane_Michael wants to know, and we touched on this earlier, has Big TJ become a part of the Sullivan family yet? Is he an honorary member?
He's up in that box a lot. Everyone loves him, so
yeah,
he's
gentle
in the round
giant
for sure. And then in the Tunnel Club, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Club LSA.
Club LSA. In the Club LSA, he helps me out through there and in the parking lot. So he really is helpful.
Can you describe who he is for people who might not know who?
Yeah, so TJ's the security guard. He's always at the Union games. I think he started with me when I first struck the drum in the stadium. So it was my first sense of what a security guard does for you. But no, he's been awesome ever since. And he's not like I don't know if you can bleep this out. He's not like a dick about it. He sort of helps me with like a shirt, like when I'm signing something, to like make sure it's like tight and that like the marker actually glides on it and like stuff like that. Like he doesn't like tell me, all right, like we're just walking, like avoid these fans. No, like he knows I want to take pictures and sign stuff. So yeah, he's been pretty awesome this far.
That's cool that he's allowing you to do those sort of things.
Yeah, right.
Without the worry of what could happen.
Like he knows, like obviously sometimes I'm on a time crunch on getting out of the stadium, but he also knows that like I want to be part of like help the fans out, do little things in and around the stadium. So yep.
Mara Aesthetics 2026. This is a question that you've been asked a good bit, but what's been your favorite part about actually being on the field with Quinn? Because obviously it's cool to have that brother connection, but when you're actually on the field together, what's been the best part?
I think just seeing like what we talk about actually like work out and like come into play. And then we like get to compare it to what happened in the backyard a few years ago. It's like this, it's like that, and we talked about this, and this didn't happen, but this did, like stuff like that. And then on the field, he made fun of me when I missed the shot that he set to me, and I don't know what game it was. I think it was the DC game.
Yeah.
He made fun of me like mid-play while he was running over to the to go take the corner, like little things like that. It's just pretty awesome to see, and I'm sure it's even better for my family.
So we have a frequent question asker for one of our last questions. Crangus McBasketball. Crangus, thanks for always asking questions. We really appreciate you.
Was he in like other podcasts too?
Yeah, he always submits questions.
Attaboy Crangus. Or I don't want to say boy. Sorry.
That's a good point.
You're right. Crangus.
Attaperson Crangus. Let's cut that out. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
What is Crangus?
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know what Crangus is, but they always have a question.
Curious thing.
Okay. How do you stay grounded through all this?
Mindset. I don't know. It's just like me.
It's just you.
It's just me. No, I mean, I have like family members who help me through it and staying humble and all that, but it is really just a mindset. I mean, knowing that you haven't really done anything yet, and there's a lot more I have to do in my career to be satisfied with it. So, yeah.
So we're about to close out here, but you always say the best is yet to come. You said it before on this podcast. You said it in a ton of interviews. Obviously, it all starts this year with your pro deal, and there's a lot to look forward to. After the Union 2 season closes out, after the first team season is done, what are your plans for the offseason and getting ready for that next step? Because I know Quinn always has a plan. He always comes into the next season with kind of a goal in mind. Are you going to follow that same sort of plan?
Yeah. Obviously, I want to achieve more next season. If I don't get my first goal this season, I want my first goal next season. And that'd definitely be my goal. But for the off season, definitely going to take probably just 2 weeks off and back into my own individual training. I don't know how long our break actually is, but 2 weeks I think is good to let my body rest and spend time with my family before my mindset switches back to simply just soccer. Oh, I have school, though. Damn it, dude. I'm not even off. Yeah.
And we're back to where we started. You got school, but we got to let you get to school because we've held you here for a while.
Yeah, guys.
But before we say goodbye, I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched the DOOP presented by Subaru all season long. Mark, it's been
Thanks,
a pleasure.
Mark.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been fun.
Good first season.
We've got to know a lot about these guys.
We
that
have.
I didn't know before. I think I learned something new in every single interview.
That's awesome.
You guys are a lot more than just players on the field.
Yeah.
You are people with really interesting...
We're real people. We're not like superheroes.
Cavan's not a superhero, but there's a lot of people rooting for you, and we're excited to keep following this journey and the journey of our guys next season. But until then, I'm Sage Hurley. For Mark, for Cavan.
Cavan.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next year.
Bang.